Hi friends, I'm Michelle Maddox, a longtime Sedona resident, property owner, business owner, and concerned citizen. And I'm making this video to share with you my concerns about Sunset Lofts, a proposed apartment complex that would be built on the empty lot adjacent to where I own property and live, at Casitas Tranquil. This is a floodplain, and floodplains are not for development. Casitas Tranquil is a small 24-unit condominium complex located in West Sedona on Sunset Drive. You can see Highway 89A and businesses in the area. Sedona Lofts is proposed to go in to the north of us on this empty lot. My concern is that there is a floodway that moves through the property, through their property and through ours. Our property, Casitas Tranquil, was built in 1981, before the city incorporated and before they mapped out the flood hazards. This picture shows the floodway that our property, Casitas Tranquil, is built around, and how it looks after a monsoon rain. You can see that the floodway is doing its job. It doesn't take much, though, for that water to spill beyond the banks of this floodway. This is the context plan for Sunset Lofts. This was taken from the City of Sedona flood hazard map, which, when you look at this area, shows that Casitas Tranquil and the empty lot where Sunset Lofts is proposed to be built is in a floodway. A floodway is an artery, really, that carries runoff water. We call them arroyos here. The area just to the edges of this floodway are the floodway fringe. So during times of heavy runoff, the water is able to spill out onto the banks, and this whole area is known as a floodplain. FEMA recommends not developing floodplains for obvious reasons. This is nature's way of conveying floodwaters, and it's going to happen, as it has happened many times. This is the floodway looking towards Casitas Tranquil, and this is what it looked like from a similar vantage point during a very high water event. The floodway was inundated, and the fringe area is being utilized to capture this overflow. This was taken from the parking lot where the previous pictures were taken. And this is what it looked like from that parking lot. And notice how the fringe areas are capturing the overflow. This is a building on our property that houses our pump grinder system and laundry room. It's right beside the floodway. During a particularly heavy monsoon storm, the floodwaters inundated our pump grinder system. We weren't able to flush our toilets for days afterwards, and our laundry room was completely destroyed, and several of the units were flooded. Here are a few more pictures from this event. Our common area patio became a river and then was covered in inches of silt. This picture shows the height of Sunset Lofts. Some folks from the city came over to demonstrate with a pole how tall Sunset Lofts would be. This picture was taken from Casitas Tranquil looking north, and notice the sloping land. This is a floodplain. The arroyo is off to the right, which is the east in this photo. The schematic of Sunset Lofts shows that they're going to level out this piece of land. They're going to build it up, fill it up, and put a wall alongside the western side of the floodway. Our concern at Casitas Tranquil is that this wall is going to channel runoff water even more intensely towards our property, which would more than likely inundate our culverts and cause flooding to our property. Secondly, in the event of a very large precipitation event, the runoff water is not free to use the spillway now to the west. It's all going to be forced over to this area to the east. Part of our property is right over here. It's where those pictures of the floodwaters and the parking lot were taken. So for this reason, we say no to Sunset Lofts. This is not the right location for this type of development. And I encourage you, citizens of Sedona who are concerned about development happening in sensitive areas, to visit the City of Sedona's website or just Google Sunset Lofts, City of Sedona. It'll take you to this page where you can find all of the documents as well as comment to the city. Let them know how you feel and what you think about this type of development. Hey, and while you're here, notice all the other projects that the city is proposing. Say no to Sunset Lofts. Thank you for watching.